What's up, everyone? I rewatched the Sonic movie. I figured enough time has passed. Time to look at it again and see what my final thoughts are. Is it good, or was it the movie hype talking back on release day? It is good. Not great, but it is a solid action flick and a working entry movie for this series. I'm pretty sure a sequel's in the works. All right, spoilers. Going by the thumbnail, you know what I'm gonna talk about, but let's get into it. Okay, movie starts with Sonic in South Island. Although we just see Green Hill, they never say South Island, but I want to say South Island. That's where Green Hill is. We got 5-year-old Sonic, and he's adorable. He's going to see his adoptive mother, Longclaw, who looks pretty realistic here. Normally, Anthro Bird characters look like Jet from Sonic Riders. They don't have visible wings, they got arms. But we've got real-looking Owl, and it's not a complaint, it's not a nitpick, just something I want to point out. Even in this world, there are realistic-looking Anthro characters. So Longclaw is protective, she's loving, and right off the bat, Sonic is likable because he went to get her a flower, and just, you want to hug him, you really do. And the movie wastes no time. Sonic and Longclaw are under attack by the Echidna tribe. The Echidna tribe. The same kind of Echidna tribe in Sonic Adventure that angered Chaos by abusing the Chaos Emeralds and just caused all this damage. In the games, they were wiped out maybe centuries, thousands of years ago, and we have them in modern day. And knowing Chief Pachacamac, he will try to get his hands on the ultimate power. In this case, they want to get Sonic's quills for some purpose. They haven't specified. We've got all these Knuckles lookalikes firing arrows at them. Longclaw is getting Sonic and getting out of there. I'm confident none of them are Knuckles. At this point, Knuckles is 6. He's a year older than Sonic, so Knuckles could not be a part of this. So Knuckles isn't responsible for Longclaw's death. Oh yeah, one of them, their arrows hit Longclaw. She's injured. She tells Sonic to go on his own. She uses a teleport ring, or a special ring, to take him to Earth. And it's implied that the tribe killed her. And we already feel bad for little Sonic, we do. And this is already starting to remind me of Superman 1 and 2. In the beginning of Superman 1, we have the 3 Kryptonian criminals led by Zod. They're exiled into the Phantom Zone, and we don't see them until Superman 2, where they become the major threat. So Chief Pachacamac, or whoever's running the tribe, may be one of the main antagonists of the sequel. And after they set it up, we gotta see that. You don't just forget about it. So 10 years later, we're in Green Hills, Montana. Sonic is living it up as this, I guess, sly prankster. He's messing with everybody, but he's so innocent about it. We instantly like him when he rescues a turtle, and he wants the turtle to know what it's like to be a speed demon. He's running along the highway. Have you ever felt so alive? And he goes down into his cave bunker, his hideout, and I love Sonic's cave. This looks like a place where the Ninja Turtles would live. You've got a beanbag chair, you've got table tennis, you've got comic books. And they've even got nunchucks, which are orange, which could be a nod to Michelangelo. And Sonic has a map to show him where he could teleport to. One of them being the Mushroom Planet, which he doesn't want to because Sonic hates the mushrooms. Still taking a jab at Mario, I see. I noticed that one of them looks like the North American Sega Saturn logo. Why wouldn't you want to go there? You could hang out with Knights. I mean, come on. The plot doesn't really progress until Sonic is playing baseball by himself. He's having fun, but then he breaks down, he feels alone, and his body surges with blue lightning. If this doesn't have a name, I want to call it Sonic Surge. This happens 3 times in the movie whenever Sonic gets emotional or he's in a extremely dangerous situation. So he's running around the field over and over and over again until he releases a massive electromagnetic pulse, which causes a huge blackout, which brings in Dr. Robotnik. And wouldn't you know it, his drones look like eggs. And later on, Sonic will call him Eggman. And when I first heard that, I pointed at the screen going, there it is. I knew they would name drop it. Eggman's robots, or his drones in this movie, look militaristic. They don't have Eggman's face on them like in the games. The Egg Pawns, the Egg Fighters, they scream Eggman. They're an example of his ego. But we expect him to look this way. When we first see him, he's got this black coat and these sunglasses that could be in any other movie. and gradually he looks a little more colorful. He's got the red flight suit, the aviator goggles, and by the end, Sonic has pushed him into the mushroom world, and now he's bald. He's got this huge mustache. His coat is a little messed up, and he just looks like a thinner Eggman. He really does. So guaranteed, we're gonna see Eggman again. I think. Maybe he won't be the main villain. Maybe it'll just be Pachacamac and Chaos, and Eggman shows up at the end. But no, he could work in the sequel. Like, maybe work with Pachacamac. They could form an alliance, and then one would betray the other. Yeah, Eggman has a knack for being betrayed, but come on, you gotta. I love how Sonic acts in this movie. He is this impatient teenager who just wants to have fun and pretty much nothing else. And in my video, The Signature Edge of Sonic, some guy in the comments section said that his flat character arc is in the movie. He befriends Tom, who wants to live an exciting life. He doesn't want to be in his boring micro town any longer. And Sonic changes his mind because people in there like him. They make him feel whole. And by the end, he stays in Green Hills. And by the way, I like the design change to Sonic, although I do miss the Cyclops eye. And you have a Cyclops hanging out with the guy who played Cyclops. It was right there. Just, oh well. Speaking of X-Men, they copied the Quicksilver sequences in the recent X-Men movies. They really did. They're at the bar. Sonic freezes time and messes with everyone there, just like Quicksilver does in Days of Future Past and Apocalypse. That got me thinking, if the Chaos Emeralds are brought in, Chaos Control could be introduced, but Sonic can already do half of Chaos Control at this point. He can stop time. Okay, he can't teleport, but still, like, Chaos Control isn't as impressive for him, I'm assuming. Oh, and by the way, in the bar scene when Sonic stops time and he's messing with everything, in the marquee, you can find it says, Yo Mama. I didn't notice that the first time I watched it. I like how rewatchable this movie is because you notice things in the background. So I plan on watching it a third time when it comes out on Blu-ray. And I heard that the director wanted Super Sonic in this, but he figured, it's too soon. We gotta hold on to it. I couldn't agree more. This is an entry movie, one step at a time here. In the sequel, yes. You bring in the Chaos Emeralds, you bring in Super Sonic, and you just have a blast with it. Anything else? Tails. When I first saw Tails, the whole theater was screaming, yes, Tails! And the little kids next to me, they were ecstatic about it. They were happy to see Tails. Oh, speaking of the kids, they were really excitable. At the part where James Marsden says to Eggman, I'm the Donut Lord. Like, the kid was saying the same thing. And the part at the end where Sonic's going into his surge mode, the blue lightning around him, they thought he was gonna go Supersonic. I didn't have the heart to tell him. Not yet, kids. About Tails, in this movie, Tails is voiced by his current voice actor, Colleen O'Shaughnessy. I am not sure if she'll reprise the role in the sequel. This is a short scene, and for a whole movie, they might bring in a more notable, known actor, especially in live action. Kung Fu Panda 2 and 3 did this. At the end of 2, a certain character was voiced by Fred Tatasciore, and in the third movie, he's voiced by Bryan Cranston. So maybe Tails will be voiced by Jenny Slate, I don't know. And we're gonna see Sonic and Tails meet for the first time. So I'm assuming in Sonic's world, bad stuff's going down. Tails is looking for Sonic because he could help them out. So we're gonna see them meet for the first time, and I know it's gonna be sweet. It really is. And Knuckles. The Echidna tribe has been introduced. You gotta give us Knuckles. And I'm guessing he will be the guardian of the Master Emerald, and he will swear an allegiance to Pachacamac. But along the way, he's gonna learn, man, I'm on the wrong side. This guy is crazy. And maybe Tikal will be in this. She'll tell Pachacamac, Father, this is wrong. You need to stop. And he won't listen to her, and that'll enrage Chaos. Maybe Chaos will be in here. If this is gonna be a kind of retelling, a pseudo-retelling of Sonic Adventure, then, like, seeing that on the big screen is gonna be something. So we're gonna Sonic will probably hate Knuckles when they meet. Knuckles is tribe responsible for the death of his mother figure, so chances are they might fight, and maybe Tails will break it up, and throughout the movie, those three will get along fine, and they will become the Team Sonic trio we know and love. Then the duke can get out with, Pachacamac, Eggman, and his Maybe they'll bring in the Death Egg robot or another mech. You can be creative here, bring in something new. And we got perfect chaos, and Sonic goes supersonic and they fight. And I'm not saying this will happen. These are not my expectations. These are just things I think may happen. I'm not expecting everything in my mind to be in that movie. But if they do that, I would just... Oh, and a Crush 40 song. Open Your Heart or a new song. Just go all out. Just make this a huge Sonic Adventure movie, practically. Also, I think people want to see Shadow in this, but we are not ready. We gotta take this slow. Also, the internet is seeing Shadow as, this edgelord. I made a video about why that doesn't fit him. Give it time. If this is getting another movie after the sequel, just wait until we're ready for Shadow. Because I don't want him shoehorned into this like Boom does, where we didn't need him. We bring him in to get the attention of the adventure fans and just disappoint them. So no, if Shadow's not in the sequel, I wouldn't mind. In fact, I would be happy if they just hold on to that. We're not ready for Shadow. It's just a Tails, Knuckles, Pachacamac, Eggman chaos. We already got Eggman. It needs to fit in the plot. You do Shadow right. Same with Blaze, Rouge, other characters that would not fit the sequel. So, the Sonic movie is still worth a watch. Still good. Looking forward to the sequel. Till next time.